The battle over parental rights literally turning into one. Things getting violent outside a school board meeting in Glendale, California. Antifa thugs brawling with parents who were protesting the school board's push to incorporate LGBTQ plus materials into the curriculum. Parental groups are also coming under attack. The far-left Southern Poverty Law Center smears multiple parents' rights organizations as hate and anti-government groups, lumping the Moms of Liberty in with the likes of neo-Nazis and the KKK. This SPLC stuff, they're just a bunch of moms. Where do they come off labeling them like that?
There's a group called Parents Defending Education. That's what they call themselves, like the parental rights group. And they have been, basically, they try to do things like highlight public schools misusing COVID funds, for example, especially to hire consultants teaching CRT. They have basically been attacked not only by the SPLC, but remember, also possibly by the Attorney General.
Oh, right.
Right? It's like this is the same group. So I think what's happening is you are seeing a possible tipping point in this matter when Antifa has to come out and fight parents. Something is happening, and that means that parents are out there. They're wanting to be more engaged because they're realizing that the left has tried to take over their parenting as well as the education of their children. They don't like it. They want to be more involved, and that is going to be a big part of the election. If you think about Governor Glenn Youngkin of Virginia when he won, basically on that issue. And I don't know how it will turn out in 2024, but you're going to hear a lot about it on the campaign trail.
But Judge Jeanine, Antifa is just an idea.
Oh, it's a myth.
It's a myth.
It's not even an idea. You know what I love? Why is it always that the ones on the left are wearing the masks, right? Mm-hmm. If they are not the fascists, show your face. Don't be worried about it if you're in the right. Why do you need to cover your identity, right? Okay, but here, look, it seems that the schools right now are ground zero for the cultural war that is breaking out right now. And, you know, the fact that parents want to be involved in their kids' education because COVID lifted the veil of what they're teaching our kids, which explains why so many corporate heads are woke and clearly, you know, off the rails. It simply means that it is really time now to get involved. Education is a local issue. And parents now know their strength, as Dana said, from what happened in Virginia, Loudoun County. And the left wants to simply destroy education as we know it. And the idea of Joe Biden, who has been talking to the school teachers, and there are kids when they're in school. You know, no, they're not your kids. They were never your kids. They're our kids, and we'll decide what we want them to learn. And the left has people convinced that we want our kids to continue to be white supremacists and oppressors, and that's what education's all about, and they have to fight it. No, they don't. Just teach the rigors of education.
Have you ever gotten into a brawl outside of your child's school, Harold Ford Jr.?
I have not. That picture is unsettling, and it's unfortunate. We parents can agree or disagree about how and what their kids should be taught. And because I may disagree with someone, I would say that the Southern Poverty Law Center, who's done great work in other areas, you should denounce this. No one's a terrorist because you happen to disagree with them. I agree with you, Judge. We should return to many of the basics in science and math and reading, the core of what helps kids be able to critically think. I probably differ with some around the table. I should say I differ with some who've been presented and portrayed, because the greatest gift my high school and college and law school education gave me was the ability to think critically and to be accepting of ideas and views that I didn't know a whole lot about. Like, for instance, you just presented about New England Dark Day. Those who believe that climate change is induced by all these terrible things like the engine and gas and this and that. To your point, there was not a combustible engine then. Democrats should not want that to be taught, just as some who may think that teaching about race in school and banning AP history and AP African American history is a good thing. This is part of our history, the good, the bad, and even the unfortunate. And the great thing about our history is that we've gotten stronger and better because we stand on it. So I don't, the terrorism language, all this stuff has gotten crazy. People are afraid of ideas. They're afraid of thoughts. And I hope parents can get together and figure out how you get back to the basics. And the basics involve learning a little something about our country that may make us, at times, a little unsettled.
I don't think anybody's arguing about learning history. Who's doing the labeling? It's the SPLC calling these people terrorists. And I agree with you. They used
But
to
DeSantis is banning books. I didn't mean to interrupt. But
Not true. Not true.
He's not.
There are just books that are being moved from one part of a library to another, so it's not involving, like, banning a book means taking a book out. It just means you can't have it in one area. But can I just focus on this and destroy you in front of millions? All right. The SPLC is the equivalent of cancel culture's bad housekeeping seal. It's designed to ruin lives, right? By labeling them as a hate group, rather than your suggestion of debating the actual ideas. You can't do that because they're labeling you undebatable because you are a terrorist. They've lost the lawsuit because I think it was Majid Nawaz over this, but I don't think you can just blame this new SPLC alone. Like, you can blame Charles Manson, but the real hate should also be directed at his family who committed the crimes. And the equivalent of his followers with the SPLC is the media and these weak bloggers and reporters and hacks who would type up SPLC's latest smear as objective news, portraying SPLC as like an expert in terror, pretending it's a legit outfit when it actually had morphed into the very thing that it used to condemn. They are trying to ruin people's lives. That goes online, these groups, they have to answer to it. That's a deliberate attempt to destroy someone's life.
Can I add something? Because Google, for example, leans on the SPLC's maps and their research, and they help decide who's going to get either blocked or banned on social media.
Well, the Five has now labeled the SPLC a hate group, so there.
And also, Herald's a hate group.
Herald, it's a one-man hate group.
No,
350-plus books have been banned in Florida school districts since last year.
Who's your side? What's your
Define banned.
Yeah, and
Who's the
The
source?
Miami New Times.
Oh,
What is
come
that?
on.
Never heard of them.
That's a hate group. The Miami.
All right, we got to go.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.